Give it over to Claudia from Corpus Christi.
Thank you. I'll be with you in a moment, please.
Okay, in a minute, is Sandy there from Wisconsin? Okay, I see her number, but she's not speaking up. Let's wait for Claudia. Claudia should be here in a minute. In the meantime, did you get anything from the New You sound that Tim sang in the beginning of the show? It goes like this: New You, You.
So all sound is just light in another format. So what I'm going to do is translate what you're creating here as a sound format of how I see it in light. Ukihik, ukihik, aka, aka iku, utik ata aku, chihi o aka. What it's representing is we are here, we are present, we are aware. We are here, we are present, we are aware. We are not here to discreate or to uncreate, we are here to co-create. So there's much more in that encodement, but that's essentially the essence of what he was doing in the note creation.
And that you got from where? What source was that?
Just his. Well, I can translate about 900,000 different forms of light language. Part of the galactic historian thing that I my levels of awareness. So in your sound are tens of thousands of other, let's just say, forms of language that are encoded there. And it's just a matter of taking sound and encoding it back into light, and then encoding it back into sound again, and then translating the light to sound process.
Is this off the causal plane, as we call it?
No, this is a completely non-local, non-causality process. It's exactly in the moment, direct decodement translation.
Okay. Claudia, are you there? Did you come back?
Let me ask you a question.
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
How did you get on? How did you get on this journey? How did you get on this journey?
For Dean Val or Tim?
For both of you, actually.
Okay. Be my guest, Tim.
Well, I guess the way I'm aware of it is in this particular life and all the experiences that I've had and the experimentation in many ways to try to find happiness or what life's all about, looking at religions and trying to see if that was the way, and through meditation and through books that were very important in my life, like The Impersonal Life. Yeah,
do you remember being taken up? Do you remember being taken up on ships at a very young age?
No, I don't have any memory of it, but I do have my left foot in the inside arch just this year has me wondering about it because I have a sore spot there and I don't really understand any reason why it is there. But so it's just a wonderment. I have no awareness about being abducted or implanted or anything like that, but I wonder.
You weren't abducted. You were brought up on a ship to be educated. You were 3 years old when your first time you were brought up there.
Wow.
Where were you living at 3?
I think I was if I wasn't in Napa, California, where I was born, I might have been in Suisun, California.
Do you ever remember, let's say like age 10, being heavily interested in space and stuff like that? I mean, it's very common for people at that then.
Are you there, Tim? Well,
yep. I don't know if he's there. This kind of happens. This kind of happens on Blog Talk Radio. Whenever I go high frequency, it kind of like has a hissy fit.
Yeah, it shows he's on and he's not muted. So, well, until he comes.
Sorry
back,
about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
Okay, great. No, I don't have any recollection of having anything to do with aliens.
No. Just interested in space travel itself.
Yes, I have been interested a bit, and I have seen some things. When I was younger, I saw some form of light that pulsated, and it went faster and faster. And then all of a sudden, and brighter, and then it disappeared right in my eyes, and I wondered what was going on about that.
You were being
and
traveled
I've seen
you have all this time traveler energy around you right now. That's why I asked if you remembered anything when you were a young age. At some point in your life, you're going to have like a whole bunch of memories that you knew were there, but were just, let's just say, ignored for whatever reason, reemerge in you. And that's why you have this type of soul family around you right now. They're the net to help you go through a greater awakening to the information that you have within you.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. I guess we'll have to wait a while to find out, to remember, huh?
Time is irrelevant for this type of stuff. You could have a dream where it all could come back, but it's still about understanding what you will do with the information. And this is why, once again, you have the type of soul family you have around you. If these people aren't around you, how would life be for you? Much harder, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I've seen the effects of by certain things I've read, like by a being called Paul Twitchell that started a corporate. I don't know if it's called a corporation called Eckankar or what, and he talked about there was a book called the Ancient Science of Prophecy, the Ekbija, and it had a big effect on me about changing my lifestyle from no more alcohol and no more cigarettes and no more drugs. And so that was a big effect. And then I became involved with this Eckankar group for like 7 years. And then I was looking at this tech equipment, this modern stuff, and it had something about the truth of Eckankar by Kelsey Lynn Brown and Val, I think. And I was very interested in it, and it was talking about what had taken place that I didn't know about this group, Eckankar. So it was guiding me to this new presentation, these wonderful worldwide educators. So right now that's what I am involved with, trying to present this to the world.
So you have what I call your way has been cleared for you. You understood that the path wasn't broken and the way is clear for you. And as the way becomes more clear and more clear, more and more of your ability to remember will be there. More and more books and conversations will unlock greater knowingnesses within you. Just like you realize no more drugs and alcohol made you a better human being.
Yeah, thanks. It'll be interesting to see the recollections. Yeah, go ahead, Val and Andrew.
Go ahead. If you want to finish, Tim, we're curious about your story. It's okay.
Well, right now, my main focus is presenting this new presentation. I'm trying to find creative ways of, like this radio show, and by reading some of these Adventure Is series of books that Dwayne Hepner, the great writer, he goes by, that are available at lulu.com. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, you're welcome. To let people test for themselves, to see for themselves if it's important to them in this world. Because the way I'm seeing it, what I'm becoming aware of is that these psych realms that I'm becoming aware of, this is the physical, and then there's the astral and the causal and the mental and the etheric, and then a deep dark border like an eggshell. And then if you get through the deep dark border into the real universes of the all is, that's so we don't have to keep coming back and having lessons here in the physical or these other psych realms where we don't have any authorities anymore and no brutalitarians, and so that we're free beings of real light.
Well put, well put. Conscious beings of choice who must learn to produce their own light and not give their light away anymore.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew.
Yes, I'll just follow through on that too. I'll just agree to these, we call them the real universes, or the worlds, or it's not really a place. See, that's the thing. People are literal, so they think, oh, they're going to heaven, or they're going to be enlightened or something. It's going to be a consciousness, which is, again, it's created. Consciousness is created. It's not like an isness. So we call it the isness. It just is. You can't add to it. You can't create anything that's perfect. You can, but you can do anything you want, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's rather like an illusion or something, because the isness is real. This reality just is, and it's for us to recognize it in our own way and have a relationship with it in our own way. So,
use the fundamentals of nature as the operating system and understanding for the experience.
Exactly. The birds, they don't have stop signs and governments and borders and things like that. They just are with what the body types they are. They have to live with, and it is about survival. I mean, it is here, especially in the lower. We call them lower worlds or creation worlds, psychic worlds. It's really about survival, and the more aware you are, the better off you are. So, these, I don't know, maybe later on you can talk about what you see with the deep dark border, because this is where nirvana, a lot of the gurus, the yogis, they think they've reached the end of all things because they blank their mind, etc. But there's more. There's more than that. There's a lot more. So maybe you can mention that later, or now, maybe if you like.
So I have a general statement. We are part of all that is, was, and ever will be. On that journey to understanding all that is, was, and ever will be stop signs and road markers in many different layers of reality, and we must challenge ourselves to see these layers of reality without charge or polarity on the journey to understand that all that is, was, and ever will be is us as past, present, and future beings simultaneously existing on the journey to awareness of the unlimited point of view. On the journey to the unlimited point of view, we have many limitations, some that we argue for. I'm going to be in this reality because I haven't solved my karma with this person, this person, this person. And then on that journey to all that is, was, and ever will be, you have already solved it at one layer, but until your perception allows it to be something, a part of you, the causal realities will still be there to help you solve and resolve karmas or create dharmas so others can get off the karmic path and be on their dharmic creation path where all that is, was, and ever will be can be an experience in this now moment.
Yes, you articulate it very well. Do you see this deep dark border as anything? I know you have an expansive way of seeing things, but we kind of, for the literal mind, we use these layers of experiences or bodies that we have.
Mm-hmm. What do you define as the deep dark? What do you define as the deep dark border first?
Well, it's basically a dividing line between creation, which is what we've agreed upon here, to this unknown area, which is basically the real part of us, our real awareness. So it's like a division, like a big dividing.
So there is no separation. That's the first thing to understand. It is only our perception, perspectives, and our perception-deception filters that allow us to perceive a separation. The journey into what you will call the deep dark border is still right on the fine line of making the unknown known without fear. Now, there are other things which I would define as the void, where nothing at all exists, no light, no nothing, and many people go and experience the void as a natural perception, where they're in a complete void space, where their light can shine in infinite directions, and then they can create constructs of light. There can be a perception where you're not all a part of all that is, was, and ever will be, so that something that is very much unknown, deep into an ancient past or future, where you can begin to experience in this moment of now, where you're so far beyond the unknown that you don't have language or even a way to describe it. It just simply comes off as a mystical experience that can take you decades to unravel in your mind.
Right. Yeah, well put. We just use these terms for the literal mind so we can communicate.
Yeah.
But
right.
Is Sandy or Claudia, are you around? Would you like to come on board here?
Yes, sir. This is Claudia in Texas.
Hi, Claudia. How you doing?
Fine. What a fabulous guest you are with so much information to share.
Thank you.
My question is, in your particular talent or capability that you have acquired this lifetime, have you interacted with extraterrestrials living on the planet now?
Absolutely. Dozens, scores, hundreds, thousands.
And how do you...
Seen and unseen.
Yeah, that's the part. They can walk around in front of you and be completely disguised and you won't recognize them. Well,
with me, they have to be really talented for me to not notice them.
Yes, I agree.
I kind of call it like, have you ever been in the inner city and you see taggers, tagging the side of the walls and pictures in paint?
Yes.
Off-worlders have figured out how to color themselves like tagging art to make you look human. Okay?
Yes.
And I kind of just recognize the style until they become very artistic with their light. Very artistic.
Yes. And then there are some extraterrestrials that are not, well, I'm going to use that term.
I get it. I encounter them too. Yep.
And so how do you ever do the Akashic records for them to see what is the connection between their planet and our planet?
Absolutely. I have them regularly call into my radio show over the last 7 to 9 years. So, yes, sometimes they come for personal private sessions. Sometimes they come to retreats. And sometimes the human that comes to visit me doesn't realize there might be 7 or 8 alien beings stuck inside them because of a, let's say, technological time travel disaster that happened thousands of years ago, and they're stuck in a lineage, in a reincarnating lineage, and that human doesn't realize what's going on into them, and they hear all these voices over many years, and I help them separate the voices, and then I can help separate the alien out of the body and bring it back to its home world so it can become an astral being again and go through its life review on its home world.